What's up, guys? Thanks for coming back. This is the Strong Family Money Show. My name's Andres. On this podcast, we talk about things to improve your fitness, your finances, and your family. Thanks for coming back. 4 tips again today. One for the first-time home buyer, one for the seasoned real estate investor, one money tip, and one life tip. So all 4 in one video. Let's get to it. So, first-time home buyer. What is the first step you should do when you're wanting to look for a home? It actually has nothing to do with looking for the home. Your first step you should do is you want to get your finances in order. You want to sit down and you want to fix your credit. You want to save money. You want to cut frivolous expenses. You want to get into the habit of paying your bills on time. All these things add up to a better deal at the end of the day. It's all about how you look on paper when you go to get your loan. Doing these things makes you look a lot better. So your first step has nothing to do with even looking at homes. It has to do with getting your house in order. So start a budget. I have a zero balance budget video here on the channel. If I can link it, I'll link it. If not, just look down, search for zero balance budget. It's here on the site. You want to cut frivolous expenses, like I said. So anything that makes you look really good on paper when you go to get your loan is what you want to do. So the first step in buying a home, and nothing to do with buying a home, it actually has everything to do with putting money in the bank account and getting the best deal you can on your home loan. So that's the first one. That's the first time home buyer tip. Get your money right, number 1. So, second tip: if you're an investor, if you want to start out investing, and if what is stopping you from investing is the fact that you have a full-time job and you think that you cannot do real estate investing with a full-time job, there are a large number of people that do this, and the way that they do it, they understand that when they go into real estate investing, they're not going to make their portfolio, a huge portfolio in their first deal, right? Their first deal is going to be one property, okay? And then when they get that deal done, now they understand the ins and outs of making a deal. They know what went well and what didn't, so that when they go on to their next deal, they're a little smarter and it turns out a little better. So because most people do real estate investing one property at a time, it's a manageable task. They can do that while holding down a full-time job. I'll link my other channel here somewhere. I go into details about what you need to do to become a real estate investor. I'm a real estate agent here in Ventura County. So if you have any questions, you can give me a call. Andres at strongfamilymoney.com. I can answer your real estate questions. But getting back to the subject, everyone understands that you grow your portfolio one property at a time. So, and why would you do that? Why would you have a full-time job? Why would you want to be an investor, and what are actually the advantages of being a real estate investor when having a full-time job? So, the number one reason, or number one perk of being a real estate investor while you have a full-time job is that you don't have to worry about the cash flow. For personal reasons or financial reasons, you don't have to worry about using the cash flow from your properties to live on. You have a full-time job, right? So, if you have properties that make small amounts of cash flow monthly, there are other criteria that you should take into consideration when you buy a investment property that are, big pluses in doing so, right? The benefits of having investment properties, but you don't have to worry about the money coming in to your business, because you already have a full-time job, so you don't need to use that money that you get from your properties to fund your lifestyle. So that's a big benefit of being a real estate investor while you have a full-time job. You can also you don't have to do it all yourself. You can offload these properties to a property management firm, and if you have limited time and all you can do is find properties and buy them, you can then move them over to a property management company to take care of the ins and outs for you. So that's usually a big sticking point for people. They think that they don't want to be the ones that get called in the middle of the night to fix a broken toilet when you get a rental property, but there are ways around that also. Also, a big perk of having a full-time job in real estate investing is you're able to qualify for your loans easier because you have income, right? If you're like a contractor, you work as a consultant or you have your own company, it's difficult to, even if you try and buy your own home, it's difficult to qualify for home loans when you're the one that decides how much money you make. And if you have a W-2 job and then you had it for a long time, you make good money, it's easier for you then to go to the bank and say, hey, I've had my job for 20 years, I make this much money, and we have this much debt, we can afford to buy a second home. So if being a full-time employee, it's actually a benefit when you go then to buy another property. So then let's say that you say, I really have no time at all. It sounds great, right? I don't want to have to live off the cash flow. I can understand it's easy for me to qualify for loans, but I really have no time to invest in real estate, and I don't want to do it at all. All I want to do is really just give someone money and have them do it for me, right? So there are a few things you can do. You can partner with somebody, a more experienced investor that has more time. You can partner with them. You can say, here's my money, here's my criteria that I want to invest in. Go off and do the deal. And all I really want at the end of the day is the money in my bank account, right? You can find a partner. Most of the time, depending on how you work it out, right? It may be 50-50. They may get more of the benefit because they're doing a lot more of their work, and all you're doing is giving them money. Either way, it's a good investment. You can, like I said, there are property management companies, turnkey companies that do all the hard work for you. They go out and find the homes. They go out and some of them actually fix them up and end up managing them. And all they want is you to give them the money to go out and do these things. And they manage the money. The property is yours. They found it. They fix it up, right? But then the cash flow and all the benefits flow down to you. The margin of cash flow is a lot less because they take money to manage the property. You have to fund all the costs, as you would in any real estate investment, but all the work is done by them. So let's just say you don't want to have anything to do with that at all. All you want to do is give someone money and have them give money back to you. You can become a hard money lender. So you have money, and there are people out there that want to invest in real estate, and they don't have they have the time, but they don't have the means to do so. So they need people that for some short period of time can hand over a chunk of money so they can make their deal. And they make their deal, they hold it for a certain amount of time until they can then refinance, and then they take your money back out with a little extra, and that's the cost of them using your money. And then you get your money back plus the little extra. So you can become a hard money lender, which is basically like a bank, but you have easier criteria to qualify for because the period is so short and they just want to turn around the property quickly. So that's a great way to invest in real estate without getting your hands dirty whatsoever. You can also invest in, so a lot of times banks will allow you to buy notes off of them. So people have a loan with a company, and they, for some reason, so like in the worst case scenario, the most common scenario is someone's going to go, they're going to lose their home, right? And so the bank will then say, I have all these notes of the people that are going to lose their home. We're going to foreclose on them. They're not making their payments, right? You can then go in as an investor and say, I will buy all those notes at a discount, right? So the bank gets some money for the property. And then you say, okay, now I am the bank of the person's mortgage. You then go and you can, on your own, you can then renegotiate terms of the deal with the person that's already in the home. So it's kind of like a rental property, but it's still their home. You just hold the note. If something continues to happen, then you can then foreclose as a bank and sell the home and get money out of it. But you can make whatever deal you want with the person. You can say the person that doesn't want it, okay, I'll buy it off you. You can stay in there as the tenant. So there are ways to invest in real estate, either with limited time, no time, or you just want to be the person that gives money and someone else does the deal, and all you do is get the benefit of the transaction. Okay. Next tip. So this is about real estate. This is about stock investing. So look for a deal in a good company. So there can be natural fluctuations in the stock market, right? Right now, we've been in a uptick, right? And with some fluctuations. But what you want to do is, when the market is down, it's usually down for everybody. And if you know that a company is good, right? If it's used, for example, I don't know, we'll say General Motors. General Motors is a good company. It's actually even, I believe, a company that gives a dividend. So they're a good company for multiple reasons. So let's say it's a bad market, right? But once the market is good again, that GM is going to take off again, right? So they're a good company. They've been around for a long time. They take care of their people. They take care of their investors. They're always out to make money for themselves. So they take this very seriously. When the market is bad, you want to identify those good companies and you want to go out and buy their stock because you're getting a deal, right? So let's say they trade for, we'll use just, round numbers. They usually trade for 10, right? Dollars a share, whatever. Not true, but we'll use it as an example. During a bad market, they may come down to 6, right? So you're getting a deal. You're getting a 40% discount on what they usually trade at. So when it's a bad market and they're at 6, GM is a good company. Once everything turns around, they're going to get back to normal. You want to buy GM at 6 because it's a good deal. And you want to hold GM at 6 because it's a good deal because they continue to do well in the market. So when it turns around, you're going to make money quick because of the turnaround, and then you're going to make money because they're a good company and they can continue to grow. So always look for good deals in bad situations and jump on them and throw those in your portfolio. So last tip I have for you is, I was, been thinking, I've been doing a lot of writing in my journal, and one of the things I was thinking about was, masculinity is, been coming up a lot, been getting a bad rap. So I was thinking, what does that mean, to me as a man, a husband, father, right? What does masculinity mean to me? And to me, it isn't about, beating people up or, being real tough, but that is important. But masculinity to me is about protecting, providing, and prospering with your family, right? As a dad, as a father, as a husband, right? You need to be the person that is carrying the family on your shoulders, right? That is, so you want to, by doing that, you're protecting them from what's happening, outside of your home. And that's, in quotes, nothing, right? Outside of your home, you're providing, you're going to work, you're providing for your family, right? And together you all prosper, right? That's masculinity to me, right? So, and strength, right? Everyone associates masculinity with strength, and that is true, but strength comes from, as a man, a husband, a father, right? How much you can carry on your shoulders, and be strong and carry your family forward and prosper with them. So a lot of people talk about alpha dog, alpha whatever. I think I read somewhere, and I'll look for the article, that the person that came up with that term, so it was like an alpha male, the alpha gorilla, right? Everyone associates that with the gorilla that fights the most or is the toughest, right? And there may be some truth to that, but the guy that came up with that term when he was studying gorillas, said that that's really not why he came up with that term, right? And I will, again, because I'm citing it, I'll look for the article and put it below. But he said that the alpha male gorilla was the one that took care of everybody the most, right? That's what he made that term to mean, right? He was the one that made sure everyone was safe, that everyone ate and took care of everybody, right? It wasn't that he was beating everybody up and being the toughest dude, right? Even though by default, because he was the biggest, right, that could have been the case. But the term that the guy coined was because the alpha male was the guy that was taking care of everybody, right? So anyway, those are my 4 tips for this week. Thanks for tuning in. This is the Strong Family Money Show. Pick up my book. I have a link below. If you send me an email, I can send you a PDF copy. I'll also have the link to Amazon down there. It's on there if you want to pick it up that way. No problem. I have another book on there. It's a First Time Home Buyer Guide. Same place. Send me an email and I can send you a copy. Or if you want to pick it up on Amazon, the link will be there too. I am a real estate agent here in Ventura County. If you have questions regarding real estate, buying, selling, whatever you want to talk about, give me a call, send me an email, andres@strongfamilymoney.com. We can talk real estate things. Check out my other podcasts, my other vlogs. I have a at VC Breweries is another one where I talk to local brewers in the area. I have one called Andres VC Realtor, where I talk about real estate things. Please like and subscribe, share. Thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys next time.